Hello, 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 and welcome to today's video, which is going to be about planning a week. And I think this is the most important topic in the whole world. Planning is my favorite thing to work with because it just gives you absolute freedom. And instead of letting the events happen to you, you sit down on Monday morning or afternoon or even evening if you never got to it in the morning, and you put the things together. So creating what is going to happening so that you don't miss out on the important things. And I am the person that I can never share something which I don't know is actually working, which is not working for me. So what I did, I have tested two separate strategies. One, when I sat down like that in the Monday morning, did the planning of the week using Neurographica method, and Neurographica is the method of working with your subconscious, with your mind, coaching yourself and changing neurological pathways so that you are more efficient, that you're achieving what you want, and that you're getting the events in your life that are favorable to you. And it's also the fun process. So, for example, there's the picture of the Neurographica star, and this is one of my favorite pictures ever, so I framed it out there. But going back to today's topic, we're going to do the planning of the week. So one of the weeks I sat down and I planned my entire week, and it was a great week. I was super productive. I was taking care of myself. I was aligned to the balance, because for me it's very important that I not just get buried at work, or I don't just get buried in motherhood, or I don't just end up sitting in front of the TV watching Netflix all day. So I like to be productive, I like to get results, but I like to get it in a balanced way where my mind, my soul, my body are all happy together. And the planning allows you to do that. So that week was perfect. And then next week I thought, well, maybe it was just a fling. And how about I don't do the planning and I just list the tasks in my head? Who does it? Raise your hand and check in the comments that, yes, that's me. I like to just check tasks in my head and let it sort itself out. And the last week was the least productive ever. And yeah, so now on the start of the new week, I'm here recording this very special video for you. The other special thing about today's video is going to be that I'm going to be moving a specific event. I am due to move houses in a week's time. So I have everything booked in. I have the removal company coming in a week's time, early in the morning. And of course, I need to pack the house, patch some drawings of my daughter in the wall. I have to patch the holes and take the TV out and disassemble some of the furniture. I'm hiring people to do our bed, but some of the things are just quite easy to do by myself. And then all of this moving process is tricky because it involves letting things go. That we're going to the house, which is smaller, so we're downsizing as well. And it means I have to let things go, which for me is a very tricky thing. Maybe it's because of my background. My grandma has absolutely a house absolutely piled with things, like you barely can go through it. And my parents obviously are the same. And I always thought that, well, I moved countries already, so twice or even thrice, if you count going back and forwards. And I shouldn't be accumulating too many things, but I did, and it's horrendous. So one of the things I need to do is to make a plan that I do all of the essential repairs, that I pack everything, that I also manage to visit my friends and say proper goodbye and remember this few days I have left here in this amazing part of the world in Scotland, in Scottish Highlands, as a warm memory. And I need to fit all of it in a week. And then on the 1st of August, I am moving to a new place. So let's stop talking and get into doing things. And we're going to do Neurographica today. And Neurographica is the method, which I explained a little bit about. And to draw Neurographica, you do not need to know much. You would need some markers. You could do some pencils. Pencils are quite fun to do the gradient color and all of that, but you could, but you don't need to. It's good to have some highlighters because they can give you the more transparent coverage and allows you to do the tones and all of that. I will explain all of it later during the drawing. And also, I'm gonna have a next video coming about actually letting things go. So today we're gonna plan things, and the next video will be about letting things go. And I hopefully will have a very special guest there who is specializing in getting rid of clutter and decluttering the house using Marie Kondo method, and hopefully it will happen. So probably subscribe to my channel and support me so I can post more of those. So I'm gonna switch my camera into my paper and I'm gonna explain some basic and we'll do the planning. So I have my paper set up and I'm gonna explain a couple of basic what's happening in Neurographica, and I'm gonna use the marker which even works. So I split my paper into two parts. Here I'm going to do the planning of the week. This is going to be the timeline. And here I'm going to explain a couple of things. So Neurographica is a method which has lots of patents and it has a lot of science behind it. And one of the things we do is we draw a neurographic line, which is the easy thing to get it is to use the coin or the ring, for example. And my goal is to draw the line instead of just drawing it normally or like somehow, soho. So Neurographica, where do we start the planning? First of all, I'm splitting the page into the top bit where I'm going to do the main drawing, and I'm going to show a couple of things here. This is me testing whether the markers work because they usually stop working when I'm recording something. So classical. I'm going to do the timeline here for the upcoming week, and I'm going to put today is 21st of July, 22nd of July. And then my move is I'm actually going to plan a little further ahead. So I would need about a week. So it's going to be 29 when I have a move coming, and then I have 30, 31st, and 1st of August when I have to move. And now I need to split it into 7 parts. So today is almost finished, so I don't think I'm going to do much today, but who knows? So it's for today, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26, 27, 28. You could do them equally into equal parts. So this is the preparation. So as you guessed, we're going to plan graphically the upcoming week. And in my case, it's a little bit every week and a half. So, and then we're going to do it using Neurographica. And to use Neurographica, we need to understand a couple of principles. First of all, it's based on the principles of neuroscience, and one of them is micromotorics. And micromotorics is proven that when we draw something, I'm drawing the Neurographica line, and I'm going to explain in a minute what's the best way to do it. When I do something with my fingers, it automatically activates the brain. So when we draw, we automatically train the brain, and what can be better than that? So the principle of Neurographica, the line. How do you draw the line? The line must go the most weird way, in the most unexpected way from how I would usually draw it. So if it goes like this, you can see the pattern, and this pattern would probably mean this is something repetitive, something which we have automatically going in our brain, and we don't want this pattern, because if we knew that this worked, we would be already successful and you wouldn't be watching this video. So we want to change this pattern and create a new neurological network. And that's why to do the new network, we do the new type of line. So we draw it in the most weird way. And one of the fun ways to do it is we could use the coin or the ring, because I didn't come prepared with a coin. And I try to push the coin from point A to point B using the funny line. So I don't want it to be just straight line. I want it to be, so I don't know where the coin is going to go. And there's my Neurographica line. It also has a name of author of it, so Professor Piskaryov come up with that. So it's also can called Piskaryov line. So this is principle number one. All the lines we're going to draw are going to be Neurographica lines. Second is conjoining, which is removing the sharp angles. And what are those sharp angles? We're going to make them nice and round. What are those angles represent? Are those little conflicts which we had inside of us? Do I want to move? I don't want to move. I want to move as soon as possible, but I don't want to pack. I love my daughter, but I have to do things with her. I want lots of money, but I need to work for it. I want relationship, but I don't want my freedom. And it goes on and goes on. And all those little conflicts which we have are reflects in a drawing is a projective method. So whatever happening can be observed in a drawing. That's why the next thing, so it's going to be the first principle, and the next one is going to be, we are reflecting of what's happening inside me. How do I feel? What sort of image is at the moment in my inner screen? If I close my eyes and imagine the situation, what am I going to see? And it can be very, very different. I'm going deeper in all of that, how to use this method in the Neurographica basic course. So send me a message if it's something you are interested in. So this course is aiming to learn the method so you can use it for your own tasks, for your own ideas, without needing to have a coach or a video running. So the line, reflecting on how I feel, how my body feel, am I comfortable, am I not comfortable, what are my emotions, conjoining, doing it nice and soft. And when everything which is around is looking pleasant for the brain. So, and when it's pleasant, it's easy to implement and keep going from there. So instead of having a conflict, I have a nice and pleasant drawing looking like a neurological pathway. And then Neurographica has an alphabet. This is how we can create our events. And it has a circle, it has a triangle, and it has a square. And as always, you can draw whatever you want, and you can make those squares, work on them using Neurographical line, making them more understandable, because when we draw something, we don't understand what it is. But when we interact with it using this very special line, which activates your brain in a way that you want it to be, because we have a conscious mind, subconscious mind, and subconscious mind is having some answers for us, which we can access using this method. So when I interact with my square, I start getting some thoughts, some ideas, maybe some emotions, and maybe the square is about stability. And I even sound calmer and happy. And of course, you can draw whatever you want, but please keep away from drawing hearts, for example, or something which has the set understanding, because it limits it. Once we understand, oh, this is that, we just stop. All right, I'm not going to think any further. It's just going to be that. I know how to deal with that. And that's where the deep work has finished. So this is an abstract method. So I'm doing abstract things. So let's keep going. So first of all, the planning for the week. I can put on the events which I know must happen, which are already planned. I can sit down prior to this and list them. So I have this, and that. Or you can think whilst drawing. So I know that I have a move on the first. So I want to make it as a triangle. Just throw it down. Then I have a meeting with a friend on the 30th. And then I have a removal company coming on 29th. I'm gonna put them as a square because I can't move it anywhere. I'm just putting the figures the way it just comes to me. It doesn't matter. It can be some amorphous shape. It can be one of those three, whatever you want. Whatever it feels right, that's how it should be. And then my friend said that they're actually going to organize a party for me on Thursday or Friday. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to go see friends on a farm. I want to see another friend probably tomorrow, and also see the friend and get some boxes, do some shopping. I realized that I need to put in painting the walls somewhere. So I'm painting the walls, painting the door, and what other essential things I do, which I don't know where to put yet, but I'll need to fit them in order to succeed and not pay too much money for leaving the place as a mess. So I need to take the floors down as well. And I might be able to sell some furniture which I don't need. And yep, so the party, I want to make it big and fun. And I probably wouldn't want to do much packing during that day. Then next thing, I have my Saturdays off, so I won't be able doing any moves. So I'm gonna put this as a big rest. And I'm even gonna write it down there. So that's gonna be shop, boxes, rent. There's going to be farm visit. We have some friends there. They said that they just have a little Highland cow calf, and he's absolutely adorable. And it's was one of my bucket lists. So I'm in Scotland, so I must have a photo of a Highland cow. I like my photographs. So having a tiny calf which I could cuddle is absolute dream. So this one is removals. This is friend. And this one is move. So what I have my main events put in. Then I could think, okay, I need to paint the walls. So I realized that I realistically have to empty quite a lot of stuff today. Need to empty quite a lot of stuff today, and also I want to post this video today. So even though it's not related to the move, it's part of my life and all of it is connected. So I'm gonna put this in. So it's a YouTube. The next thing, painting. So I probably have to do some painting tomorrow and on Wednesday. And I'm getting the idea that it is quite a busy Tuesday, but that's okay because on Wednesday I don't have much planned. So what else do I need to put in? I need to discuss the sales, and I can do it sales of the furniture because there is a person who is interested in buying some of the furniture for us who is currently staying on the farm. How convenient is that? And so do discuss the sale and paint the door. Let's discuss the door here as well. And if I wanted to, I could even put, what do I need to paint? I need to do the kitchen, I need to do behind the TV, and I need to do the big chunk of the bathroom, which was my experiment, me painting it black, and it absolutely failed. It was the wrong shade of bathroom, kitchen. It was the wrong shade of black, and it was glossy, so it just looked horrendous. So what is next? So removal. So here I will have to take out the floor after they remove all the furniture and load it in a car. So I think that's about it. And hopefully, if I forgot something, my lovely colleague will point it out tomorrow. So after I have all the events in place, I can understand that, yes, I have probably everything put in. I have a feeling that I have forgot something, but I can't memorize what could it be, or even I can't comprehend. But what's the beauty of the method is I can put it in anyways. And while I'm gonna be working on it with a Neurographica line, it will pop up, or I will realize what it was later, but I have it accounted. And I also have a feeling that it's gonna be something here. Having a triangular shape and something here. So, oof, very busy week. I feel that my heart is like woof, pumping. Well, and with all of that, I realizing that where is the time for myself? Yes, I'm going to see my friends. That's great. But I have my personal goals. For example, one of them, I committed to write down the gratitude every morning or evening, whenever I get to it. So I would like to actually put it down so it's all documented there. So I'm going to have one today, one tomorrow. They can cross, that's not a problem at all. And one here. one on the 25th before the party, one on the 26th, 27th, 28th. I love those gratitudes because they just completely turn my mood. And it's interestingly enough, it changes how the day goes. So 30th, 31st, and the 1st. Gratitude. So now when I have my events put in together, I can connect them using the Neurographica line. And the beauty of it is nobody can manage so many tasks in a row. No matter how organized you are, no matter how experienced you are, you will go crazy if you try to do all of that by yourself. If you try to hold it in your brain, there is a very high chance you will forget it. But when we connect it with the line, it becomes all part of one network, one neurological network, and it's all accounted. Our brain is capable of holding 5 to 9 tasks at the same time. And those tasks include daily tasks like I need to feed myself, I need to look after my kid, I need to post the video, I need to think of the move, I need to book something. What do I need to book? I have a feeling I need to book something. I actually gonna plan something else. I wanted to shop around and see if other removal companies would give me a better deal or would be more pleasant with me, because with the last company I wasn't very pleased how they were talking to me in the last conversation. So I keep breathing and connecting all of those together. I wish at this moment that there was a magic effect when you speed up the camera and then suddenly it's all gonna get ready, but in this video it's not gonna happen. I have to do it all by myself. So I'm adding the lines, connecting all of the events, making sure none of them get left out. And of course, my gratitude. So Neurographica is the process of thinking on the paper. And it's great. It's just the best. When I was learning this method, we had to do quite a lot of drawing ourselves. So I submitted over 100 drawings myself, and then I had to work with the clients as well. That's also lots of hours put in there. And one of the modules is the planning, and everything I planned in there came true, came to realization. At some point, I thought that, that would be cool to do facilitation. And I just heard this word somewhere. I had no idea what it is. I knew it has something to do with working with groups and something to do with businesses. And I kept drawing it and I kept drawing, and now I'm a certified facilitator, meaning I could create tailored workshops for businesses to achieve their goals in a creative way. So it's not just facilitation, it's a facilitation using Neurographica. So it's honestly mind-blowing. And interesting that I remembered about it. So whenever we draw, we're going to have a different thoughts popping up into the mind and I actually have to plan a workshop for a client for her business, and I'm gonna put it here because I have a feeling I should meet her. So we agreed. We have a session and confirming the details and discussing how can her team work more effectively, earn more money, be happy people, whilst having work and life balance. Yeah, it's great. I start getting more and more happy what it is. Really hope I could have fast forwarded it, and I might do it in the video I actually upload, or I might keep it the same way. So my task at the moment is to connect all of the multiple elements into one network. Feel really, really opposed to doing all of this painting. Feels like I'm going to waste my time, waste the paint, and then just leave it and say, why do I need to do it? But I'll have to sort this conflict inside of me out, because A, I need to do it, and B, there is still a person behind all of that. And that would be nice if she moves into the lovely house and have a good time here. I feel that in place with all of this gratitude mentioned, I'm going to take actually the thicker tip, and hopefully it will make my life faster, but it won't because it's not fresh enough. So obviously, you could, whilst watching this video, you could also take a marker, take a paper, and think, what do I have? What do I have to plan? How is my week is going to go? How am I going to feel? Because the most important about anything we do is how we feel. And I want to feel gratitude during this process. I want to feel, I wouldn't say sentimental, but I want to honor the place we lived in. And could this place be better? Absolutely. Could it happen all differently? 100%. At the same time, what was amazing happening here, all of those beautiful memories, all of those, it's the first place that me and my husband got, and that's where I spent most of my time while in the UK, and that's where my daughter spent most of her childhood. That's where she learned how to walk. I'm gonna cry. And part of the process of this planning is to take these memories, because we don't want to let go, because the place is very special, and we think that if we leave, then we have to say goodbye to the memories and to those special feelings we had. And that's a really, really deep realization, because I want to feel good, and it doesn't matter what place we're in. All that matters is how I feel in this place. So I want to, while I'm drawing, I want to take all of those beautiful memories, all of those beautiful feelings, and take them with me. This is a very, very deep work with a subconsciousness, because when we draw as well, it puts us in the meditative state, and whatever we do comes from a very, very deep of your mind, because to get that deep, you need to be relaxed and you need to overcome those obstacles as logic, as common sense, and our protective mechanism of the psyche. Because our psyche she doesn't like us changing. Our brain doesn't like changing because changes are hard work. You change the location, you need to spend time and energy to get it sorted, get it livable. You, for example, decide that you want to make more money. The brain immediately says, no, I don't want to make more money because I have to work more. I want to move to the new house. No, what about all of those memories? What am I going to do with that? And I don't want it holding me back. And symbolically, when I had this thought, I came to this triangle when I sit in a car and drive to drop the keys off to the office. So now I have the whole picture together and I can start adding some colors in. The best thing to do it with is using the highlighters, but you can do it using pencils too. I want to start with the gratitude. I want to highlight it, and I want to make sure that this energy of gratitude is there with me. It's lovely green. I chose this color because it just felt like it. We're artists during this process, so we don't need to explain everything. It's not a therapeutical process, but it is a therapeutical process, but it is not therapy. So we don't need to know all of the reasons. We need to know that what I do is changing how I am reflecting. How am I feeling at the moment? Reflecting back is, how do I feel? Does it make me feel better? Does my body get relaxed? Because if you add something in and then you realize that I suddenly have the incredible tension in my back or somewhere else, that probably there is something missing or something doesn't go how it's the best way to go in facing this topic. And actually, now I realized what this could be. It was about this meeting about one of the projects for facilitation. So I need to arrange this meeting. I had a potential project lined up here to helping a local business. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, or I really don't know, I'm not sure how it's going to work if we move. So I'm filling this picture with a color. Feeling the release, feeling the ease, feeling how with every move I am getting more and more ready to start my new life. Feel how this gratitude feeling spreading all around me. And to be honest, it feels absolutely incredible. And the trick is that when you do feel incredible about something, what do you think is the possibility? What is the chance that you're actually going to do it? If you know you're going to feel good when you meet a person, and you know you're going to feel incredible that you're going to feel like a queen, that you're going to be treated well, would you go out with him? Hell yeah. So this is the same thing. When we know that that's going to feel good, the brain releases the energy for it to happen. Nice and simple. Our body is a very, very wise creation. Our body and mind, they are cooperating the way that the body knows the best way to get pleasure. For body, their only goal is to get pleasure. It doesn't care about all of the achievements. It doesn't care about expensive things. It doesn't care about money. It doesn't care about all of the goals, that buy the bag, buy the car, buy the house, meet the celebrity. I don't know, where's that come out? For body, it all doesn't matter. All it wants is to enjoy, and this is the purpose of the being. And since we are physical creatures, that we need to also respect the body's wish to do that. And if we listen to what our body tells us, it is going to lead us in the most short way to the result, because body doesn't want to suffer. The brain likes suffering, creating a difficulty so you can solve it and say, oh, I did so well, I solved it. For the body, no. Body likes enjoying itself, body likes getting pleasure, and body has all what it needs to do it. Like if you take your hand and start stroking yourself like that, you'd feel how nice it feels. You would enjoy the process, and you don't need anything else. You don't need lots of money on your bank account. You don't need any different body. If you just go and start touching different parts, touch the leg, touch the arm, not even in a sexual way, just touch the hands together, it feels very, very good. So with the goal, when we physically feel, while we're drawing, we feel all of those incredible opportunities we have ahead of us, then there is a very, very strong possibility that it is going to happen. was thinking that because most of the times I did lots of master classes, but all of them were in Russian. And I did one in English and a couple of more with the clients. So it's a bit new for me to just sit and jibber jabber talk, but we'll get there. We will get there. I feel that I have enough color here, and I want to conclude it all with the final steps. So to finish it off, I realized that all my enthusiasm, which I have at the moment, is great, but I might need something bigger to support me throughout. So I'm going to add the line, which is going to symbolize something bigger than I am. Maybe it's going to be the faith. Maybe it's going to be a support. Maybe it's going to be something else. Maybe it's going to be a motivation to get it going, to get it packing. I don't know yet, but when I'm drawing this big thing, big and thick line, I start feeling how my body temperature raises, how my back gets more straight, and I actually feel that I believe I can do it. Yes, it's not the easiest thing I ever done, but at the same time, how much did I go through it? I should have faith in myself, and this line is going to symbolize it. Эми, ты что сказал по поводу нельзя заходить, пока я работаю? Да, я вижу цветок. Выйди. Выйди. Out. Out. Later. I'll finish. You have food later. The less you disturb me, the faster I'll finish. Emma, out. Go and play. And the final step of the process is I want to highlight the main events in all of it. And I want to highlight the triangle, which is the actual move. I actually feel that it should be bigger. And when I highlight the move, the figure that represents the move, I highlighted for my brain that this is important, because whatever is the biggest feels more important to us. So the brain knows it needs to release energy for it. Because when you have a small task, when you think, yeah, something is, you know how it's lose weight before the summer. And I want to highlight this. And you think that, oh, summer is so far away, I have plenty of time. And the next thing you know is the middle of July, and you're nowhere near where you would want to be. Because at the moment, the goal is not big enough to make necessary amount of action in order to achieve it. I think I should chat more rather than explaining all of that. I don't know what am I gonna talk when I actually do the course. So removal. This is the big thing. So I think I'm gonna make it bigger as well. Because with my move, I only have the time I need to be out by, but actually nobody stops me from closing the house and then going for a walk around or something like that. But with the removals, they were very specific how they're going to charge me if they're going to wait. Oh, if you have any moving experience, I would be very happy to read your recommendations. So just see how it was for you. So go to the comment sections and feel free to share what do you think about moves? What do you think about downsizing? And how is that for you? So I feel that I want to highlight something here. It's probably the painting job. And while highlighting, I already feel how I am starting buzzing about needing to go and get the paintbrush out and just get it done. Lovely. So there it is. There I have my wick plant. And I'm going to switch the camera. And that's how you do the planning for the week using Neurographica method. I hope you enjoyed the experience. Please feel free to share if it was helpful. Please feel free asking the questions, share your stories about the move, and just let's help each other and make this life better. I truly believe that whenever you think that you can't do something, that it's absolutely not true and that you are actually bigger than you are. You have beautiful soul and beautiful dreams, and I will see you soon. Stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing updates on my move, and hopefully it will go smooth with a feeling of gratitude and happiness. So if you enjoy Neurographicas, please subscribe to my channel, connect to me on the Instagram or Facebook or whatever you are using the most, and feel free to pop me the question, or if you did the drawing, send me the drawing. I'll send you the detailed feedback, what you could do better and improve. And I will see you soon.